Join us for a wet qualifying session now. We do have some now concrete permutations. Now we know where the drivers finish in the sprint. So, assuming neither takes the fastest lap, if AMS Casper wins the Grand Prix, of course, he'll win the championship because AMS God has to take points out of him. If AMS Casper finished second, he needs AMS Godwin to be third. If AMS Casper finished third, he needs AMS Godwin to be fourth. If AMS Casper finished fourth, he needs AMS Godwin to be fifth. If AMS Godwin finishes fifth, AMS Casper needs to be ahead of him. Basically, if AMS Godwin finishes in the top 6, AMS Casper has to outscore AMS Godwin. Otherwise, the gap will just be too large and it will be usurped. So it's quite simple. AMS Casper still has to beat AMS Godwin in the race to take the championship on. But AMS Godwin knows he has to take those points out of AMS Casper. They are so important. And we now go on board with AMS Godwin now. It looks very tricky. It looks a lot wetter than it was at any point in the sprint here in the qualifying session. Again, it's a short qualifying session. The ring will help the aliens because they'll have fresh tyres to go at their strategy. They'll buy them a couple of seconds in the race. They were like left to 2 stop, starting on softs. But with the medium hard 1 stop being a very valuable track, or even hard medium, the non-aliens are in good position so long as we have safety cars going for them or the race going green all the way. The pit lane delta here is a heavy 25 plus seconds. So, with pressure on, what can AMS Godwin do? That looks very tempting for a Ascari, I must say. But he is making progress. He is in pursuit as he heads towards the start-finish line. Well, we've got the fireball first. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, folks. Right, on the power. Then he deploys the battery as soon as he can. It's a 133.310 from Hugh Steven. It's a 128.484 from AMS Godwin. AMS Trap at 129.057. But war of AMS Casper. A wet qualifying session now. Another Racing Bulls very confident with a better car. And the fact they're both pad players are the old sparring partners of Godwin and Trappy. So AMS Trap to 128.619. AMS Casper on the wheel and a slower car, but what can the Swede produce? 28.836. That's third. That's not terrible for AMS Casper. He can do something from there. But at least he split the Racing Bulls. At least he's done that. Red Mail at 131.92. Meanwhile, Misface 136.91. Tom GM. Oh, 135.3. As I'm Space of +6. 135.14. I've already seen if he did make a time before. Meanwhile, this next Ollie chap now, I imagine we're going to see fruit machine lap times here. They're just going to keep getting quicker, lighting up all the screens. All the plumbing is interesting is the Parabolica. Nothing to be able to be used towards that finish line. Where can Ollie chap put that Aston Martin? We're looking towards 6th, 7th, 8th, maybe 7th, 136.06. There for Molly Champ. Now, do we have anyone on a time? AMS Godwin's still harvesting. As Josh still harvesting. AMS Casper's going for another time. What can he do? He's a 10th down after 2 seconds on his own time. Let's see what he can produce. The Swede in this crucial qualifying session. A crucial 80 minutes for him and AMS Godwin. And news to say, AMS Josh, I can't play spoiler. He's one to watch. If none of the protagonists win tonight, your money's got to be on AMS Josh. Tom GM goes forward 128.860. PRF1 Clem. He will be the Lancastrian. The league going to take us round. Another all-natural lap in the wet at Monza. Enjoy. You don't get this too often. I did a lot there for PRF1 Club 129.0, 6 hours with C. Amos got an Amos, Josh, and Amos Trappy are in the 127s now. So the track is definitely improving. It's definitely ramping up. So what do you do on the old tyres? That's the question. Fuse Demon, meanwhile, he is on a time with a 129.827. The Oshman's power slide through the exit of Lesmo 1 through Lesmo 2. Very committed there as well. Amos Casper has left the pits. So I wonder what sort of strategy he's on regarding to maybe he's doing 3 tyre sets. Now she's doing has found. No. He's been nearly 4 tenths on himself after 2 sectors. The need to go to Olajam has just got ahead of the 129.373. As we said, the aliens are definitely delivering here, particularly Amos Godwin, who desperately needs it. If the race finished like this, we would be going another week into the penultimate race of the season, but things will just become more tense for AMS Casper. He does not want to be left waiting, so I'd have to wait a week to 128.494 for Fuse Demon, and he goes people ahead of AMS Casper. That is crucial. AMS Casper's going to have to find a time from somewhere. Meanwhile, Fuse Demon's teammate for the night as part of the experimentation master spread. Country Ascari. As we have the World of Roses in the Mercedes garage. As we now with the Lancashire as he tries to cool these near side, left-hand side tyres. Now into the parabolic. He's looking very smooth there for master spread. I have to say, looking very smooth. Yes, a little bit of a shaky rear end on exit of the parabolic. He puts his car P5 ahead of Fuse Demon 128.359. To wait to be heading the World of Roses in the Mercedes garage. MS Casper is the next to start a lap. Into the Retifilia we go. Breaking at 100, even in these conditions. He's clearly confident. I know MS God has been very confident. Meanwhile, Ton GM sets 127.790 in the Haas. But MS Casper's not exactly being a slouch in these conditions. And he's definitely answering the questions that are being asked so far. As he finds over 4/10 of a second in Sector 1 and allegedly goes purple. We all say the purple's the pinch of salt in this game because they've been lying to us for many years. Of course, he's an EA. But over that Saber's looking good. It's looking well balanced. As MS Trappy sets to 127.258. That's a big time there for MS Trappy. And I'm sure if there's a case where AMS Casper is struggling and AMS Godwin can still realistically have a shot at the championship, AMS Trappy will move aside. But I know the Scots desperate to get a win on the board. As AMS Josh has 126.837. The track is improving rapidly. As I did say, it'd be like a fruit machine about 10 minutes ago, and it's proving to be the case. AMS Casper coming through the Parabolica as he tries to deploy all those Italian horses in power unit at its home Grand Prix. And he says 126.822, 15 hours over AMS Josh, and goes fastest. Well, that's quite an incredible time that as Masterbred looks to be setting another time. Let's go with him now. As he clambers through the Retifilio himself. Will that tour from AMS Casper have helped him? Or will the track improvement be so rapid that you just need to go round and round and round and try and get that fresh set for your final run? Here goes Masterbred. After one sector, he is nearly half second up on his own time. If that's not telling the track is improving, I'm not quite sure what is. It's slightly snappy coming through mid-exit of the Della Roggia. Now into the first Lesmo, using a lot of track on entry. And he's very confident to use the curb on exit. He's using the curves, Masterbred. He's really confident in that Mercedes, at least. He definitely doesn't look like he's short of giving it a go. Where's he going to be after a couple of sectors? 3/4 of a second pretty much up on his own time. Now, that wouldn't be enough for pole as it stands. But it could be exciting people like AMS Godwin. So it's going to be keeping these aliens alert. Now, having become the winner of the sprint in non-alien class, I must have got anything for us. Here he goes into the Parabolica. As the Red Demon Nails, that's 127.749. Nipping on the heels of AMS Godwin. As the Masterbred, what time can he set? It will be at 127.329 ahead of AMS Godwin. Crucially, the AMS Godwin is going to need a time. Now, see, Misfits now on a time. Early 10th. He will be bemoaning the loss of the British Grand Prix, but he is a race winner this season. So what can the driver produce? He's got some good performances in him. Has he got one for us? As he now as he's seventh up on his own time. That will be knocking on the door of P8, finding a couple of positions. But sure, with the track improving, he's gonna find something in Sector 3 against himself, if not anyone else. As we now head down towards the Parabolica, they're supposed to be wheeling that Ferrari on in universe. As he tries to get the power deployed down as he now heads out of Parabolica, deploying the last of his overtake. Where does Misfits put the car? Crucial Amos Godwin, he stays behind him. It's P6 127.595. Amos Godwin has a bit of a moment coming out of the rest of the field, and I imagine that's a lap abandoned judging by his battery. Mass spread, meanwhile, not finding too much as he's a half a second down his own time after 2 sectors. I imagine with the fuel, he's probably going to come into the pits. Yes, he is. PRF1 Callum. Oh, that's a 127, 138. The track is improving rapidly. We're expecting PRF1 Callum to be there. AMS Josh. What's the Retafilio for some reason? I think it's on Gran Turismo on that PlayStation with the layout without the chicanes. Receiving meanwhile, he will now come and cut the Sector 2 beam, and he is finding another 3/4 of a second on himself. So he's going to be fourth up the order. Can he be threatening Amos Godwin with a good Sector 3? That's going to be the key. Amos Godwin is going to start feeling the pressure because Amos Casper is quite a way ahead of him in terms of time, in terms of positions. Amos Godwin, the Triple F1 champion, has got to find something here as the most experienced man in the field. He's threatening. Threatening. He's using a lot of track out of the Parabolica. That's a lot of confidence there from my fellow Yorkshireman. Where does he go? He beats Amos Godwin. It's 127.460. So this line up for Amos Godwin is dead crucial. As he heads it through the Retafilio nicely and carefully. Now he's using other batteries. He's good flaming between none and overtakes. That tells me traction is at a premium and he wants to exploit everything he can. He now goes to medium. Where's he going to be after Sector 1? Eventually purple near the freezers up on himself, but he locks up into the Delaroche, but somehow keeps the car going in terms of momentum. Very Marcus Macarasta to somehow lock a wheel and somehow keep the car going in full momentum. Not using as much care as Massmed using out the first Les mode, but he's very confident in the second Les mode, at least with the inside curb. Oh. What about this Sector 2? Where are we looking at Amos Godwin against himself after 2 sectors? 3/4 of a second up on his own time and he's gone purple apparently. I'm about to see a big report. Amos Casper's just leaving the pits now. We can see he's entering the Retafilio on his outlap. He probably should have waited a little longer to try and get the best track conditions. As Amos Godwin has still got time for another couple of flies if he wants them. At the Parabolica. Where can he put that racing bull? He's looking good for pole. He's another 126.281. Nearly 6 tenths ahead of Amos Casper. But he's sub time there. He's asking questions of his fellow title rival. Amos Godwin desperate to keep Amos Casper off the list of 15 PRF1 champions. A list that Amos Godwin is on. He's done it thrice. What of his former teammate and fellow Josh, Amos Josh, where can he put his Williams? He goes to support 125.995 ahead of the title contenders. I tell you, he could be the one to upset the apple cart between them all. Amos Scrappy looks like he's going to gear up for one final run. So we're just going to have to wait a little longer to see what the Scot can do in a final run, if he's able to produce anything. Okay, so we'd have to look elsewhere in the field. It looks like Mass Spread is going to be one to look after next. In a lot of spread here as it starts raining now. The track is going to improve very rapidly here for these final runs, but tire temperature management is going to be crucial, as I've alluded to, through the sprint. If he's getting some gusto with his master spread, has he gone a bit early? Now the rain has ceased. As he comes through from the second Lesmo into the Ascari. He's finding 8 attempts on himself. This could be alien threatening. They're going to have to find something, these aliens, because the mere mortals are going to find something and try and get up there with them. Dealing a toe as well off one of the Ferrari boss, but he's determined to find every bit of time he's got. You know what? He might have time for one more. He might not have enough battery, but he may as well give it a go. Here he comes. Through the parabolic and Masred. He will put that Mercedes in. Second, 126.022. That in he goes ahead of AMS Gordon and AMS Casper there. We've got the two title contenders on track, very close to each other. They're going to have to watch them. No disrespect to anyone else. As the real Darren Hill goes forward, 126.502. Perfect Club is 7, that's 127.138. As we now see AMS Godwin going through the second lesson. Now AMS Casper will have a slightly dry track, being dried by no less AMS Godwin. So that'll be great to see where they end up after 2 seconds. AMS Godwin's gone for 6.152 after 2 sectors. What about AMS Casper? He's only to 6.104. This could be huge for AMS Godwin. He's the second fastest AMS Casper going on his current lap. Is this going to be enough for Paul? He only has to find 3 or so tests as things currently stand. Here comes AMS Godwin through the parabolica, positively shaking the rear end of that Racing Bull. This is looking good. Is it ever? 125.272. That is crucial. Dead crucial. To take provisional Paul. AMS Casper, meanwhile. That's 125.988. It goes third. Emma Trapper behind it, 125.454. Emma Josh, meanwhile, is finding over 3/4 of a second. Can he upset the top protagonist and take pole position here? Here he comes in well, through the parabolic and across that finish line. He does! A 124.810. Amos Josh completely upsets the top protagonist. And he looks like he's going to take pole position here. Unless Toncho, no, that's it. He tried slicks there, but I'm guessing it just didn't quite work. Amos Josh is your pole sitter for the performance race of Formula 1 Season 13 Fangio Italian Grand Prix. Amos Godwin, crucially, is second with AMS Casper fourth. And his team, Amos Godwin, he has his sparring partner, Amos Trappy, between him and AMS Casper. Now, we are about to see probably the most crucial race of the season, with the scariest run down to turn 1. They've already had one going the wet. It's going to be a dry race. Do not go anywhere. We're about to see one of the biggest races of PRF1 Season 13. Do not go anywhere. I cannot believe the drama we're seeing so far. We've got more to come. See you in a bit. And here we go. What size is everyone selecting now? Of course, aliens have to start on sauce. So Amos Josh, Amos Godwin, Amos Trapper, Amos Casper have to start on sauce. Now almost certainly lock them into a 2-stop strategy with the 1-stop able to be done. Master Spread, Misfits, Freeze Demon, Red Demon, and PRF1 Club. They're not aliens. They're starting on a medium size. Tom GM, he's an alien. He's starting on sauce. Fangio Pitts from Rolling Shop may as well do it in their position. Starting on hards. So the question will be, AMS Casper, will he be joining the following list? Which I will put on screen again if you're watching this video. Race for 6HD2. Some man called Hosty 96XD. Beard Boost. XI Rashi 10, Fat Batten, Excel 2000, the Dark Mac 21, I Hambo, Master Spread, Amos Godwin, the man that can stop him, Sergeant Karamov, not the one you're thinking of, Graham Morris, Amos Axel, the now outgoing PF1 Fangio champion, Dystopian, Amos Trappy, those 15 names. Can Amos Casper join them? And as I may say, join us. Or will Amos Godwin still be able to pursue what would be a record-breaking 4th PF1 title? It can be done. But Amos Godwin's got to be Amos Casper. He has to do it if they're in good positions. Because if they're in low positions, Amos Casper can just follow him. And if they're in good positions, Amos Casper just has to beat him. But don't think that Ian will necessarily win the race. Amos Josh, he looks good there. I know he's mentioned in the voice chat that the timing of when he made his last running qualifying, but that's what you got to do in a drying track. As we see Ollie Champ come into position. And here we go. Amos Shoe, our PRF1 16th champion, are a record breaker. Here we go. 3 lights, 4 lights, and 5. The Italian Grand Prix is a go. Amos Godwin doesn't get off the line well, but then he has a good such pace that he's got and he landed with Amos Josh. As they head down towards the Red Field, Amos Casper's got ahead of Amos Traby. Here we go. Oh my goodness me! It's a real David Hill's made a humongous mistake, and he has damaged Amos Godwin, Amos Josh. Oh wow! That is the red Carter Kane style. Oh my goodness me! That is quite a humongous twist. Amos Josh actually got away with it, but Amos Godwin's got damage. Here comes Misfits. He's in P5. They're leading on Alien, but that is a huge moment. The penalties as well. That is going. Amos Josh only got drive through where the penalties. Amos Godwin's only got 10 seconds. The penalty removals will complicate things. We may end up in official crowd someone tonight, and it may end up being very different when things end up being decided afterwards. This video may have to wait a while. But wow, Amos Casper, if things do not get removed, this is been a dream for him. The real David Hill's mistake, emulating what leads to really that the start of the 2011 Telegram when the rain cards came made a humongous error and took out Nico Rosberg. But look at this, Amos Godwin is struggling with the front wheel damage. He's going to pit unsurprisingly. But Amos Traby could start to play the team game. He is coming for that Sauber. But Amos Josh is in the lead, but he has that drive-through worth of penalties to serve. That's very unfortunate there. The real Darren Hill is coming into the pits as well. Oh, that is unfortunate for real Darren Hill. I don't know what happened. I don't know if he's necessarily made an error or he's been forced there. But the agonised way for Amos Godwin, the 10 seconds, as he sticks on set of hard tyres. All the hard work, all the practice, all the qualifying for Amos Casper in qualifying, trying to be shooting in the sprint, using the Midweek Madness League as a dry run. But Amos Casper right now must be sitting pretty as Redham Hill now finally leaves his pit box. Amos Casper is now in the TS Amos Josh. Amos Casper may not be too bothered about Amos Josh, because he's only thinking about Amos Godwin, but he's going to take the lead. You may as well. He may as well try and fight his race. Nothing like too hard. Now, if someone sends something up at him, he may not fight too hard. Knowing second to many of these, or if he's second to anyone other than Amos Godwin, it's enough. But is he going to go out in style? He certainly had a humongous last look there. So it's a balance. Amos Godwin coming in. As Amos got started, that's enough. He's going to come in. And guessing that it's a cover off Amos Godwin. So actually the softs can go longer than that. I think this is a pure championship call. Amos Godwin's paid. Just do what he does. And it's a smart move there for Amos Casper. I would do the same. If he can cover off Amos Godwin, he should, as he leaves the pits now. Tom Jen, by the way, followed him in. As Amos Casper will come out in P9, but look at the gap between Amos Casper and Amos Godwin. I imagine that 10 seconds will be removed now with PRF1. If you do get a time removal, you get given the points back where you would have finished and no one else gets punished. But for Amos Godwin, this is going to be painful. He is going to have to produce the drive of his life if he's going to keep the dream of the 4th PRF1 title alive through the Fangio route. I know he's got a good chance in Lander as well against Amos Casper and Amos Axel there too. There's a thing going on there, isn't there? But that is unfortunate. Meanwhile, Amos Josh is in the lead. He has Amos Josh behind him, but Misfits is sitting pretty. Those slots maybe are going off already. Maybe I was wrong. But it is easy to DRS people. I saw that last night in MML. Having took part in that, you can easily DRS people with older tyres. It is doable. You can do it. I know it helped my race a treat. I know that was 100, so imagine the effect on the 50 where they're doubled. Amos Josh and Amos Trappy are going to come in. Amos Josh backing it in like a MotoGP bike. As to not speeding the pit lane, and it takes out the pit board marker. And here the Red Diminal has apologised in the Discord chat. It appears he's taking responsibility for the error. I'm not sure what's happening there. So Amos Josh has to serve 20 seconds worth of penalties. This is very painful here. I think he's only served 10 of those 20. But he's got to serve another 10. This is going to be painful for Amos Josh. He'll be praying for a safety car pretty quick. So will Amos Godwin. But that wind change for Amos gone, as well as the penalty, that is really hurting as Amos Casper has already gone to 7th. He's got an undercut on Trapping Tom J as Tom tries to do something with Trappy, but no, he can't. But the undercut clearly works there. But I do actually have a fight for the lead. And it's Mr. who's leading. He is leading from Master Spread. Bear in mind, the aliens will probably have to do a 2. The non-aliens, they can do a 1-stop. It's easily doable, as we saw last night with myself in the Midweek Madness League. It is doable. If you look after your tyres and treat them nicely, you can do it. Now, I did have a lot of safety car to help me, I will be honest. But you can do it. I did start hard when to be, so I am doing what Andrew Pitts, what Olichamp are doing now. Going hard medium. Olichamp, meanwhile, he's thinking I'll make a move on Andrew Pitts, but we have to look to the lead, because here goes Master Spread potentially on Misfits. Here we go into turn number 1. The Retophilia, and Master Spread makes a clean move as he upsets the first by taking the lead of the Italian Grand Prix. But look, the Trasher Sport, you still got Peter and Pitts with Olichamp fighting behind hardware as well. Compare from Clem, got a good view of Misfits trying to take it back at Master Spread. Here we are into the Della Rogia. Misfits has a look, but he thinks better of it. As we have a 1, 2, 3, 4. Those that we mentioned as Olichamp and Fuse Demon have a fight. Olichamp stays ahead. Now probably needs to look penalties. Fuse Demon's got a 10 in a second as well. I think a lot of crazy happened at the start. Some we missed. Andrew Pitts Smith tries to overtake Fuse Demon, but he has to stay behind. But Fuse Demon gets the second lesson very wrong, so he's very vulnerable, but he kept DRS. If he didn't have DRS, this would be a sign seal delivered as Misfits has reclaimed the lead. Into Ascari. It's going to be a lot of to-ing and throwing. Now, if I change this to leader, there we go. Eventually work out. Amos Casper's 18.8 behind. Meanwhile, PRF1 Clem looking at Master Spread. PRF1 Clem not been able to race much this season. And the league going to put one on one of his head administrators and on his team for the night Misfits. Here we go. It's very close. 8-10 separate the top 3, but I think PRF Clem's just going to be clever about it for now. Harvest, take his time as we see Fuse Demon looking to pursue Olichamp, and he has to defend Andrew Pittsmith as well. But Andrew Pittsmith thought better of it, as those mediums were starting to be hurting now. Mediums are a good tie around here, but they will be struggling, particularly on the heavy fuel. Amos Casper, meanwhile, he would win the championship as it stands. 7th for him versus 11th for Amos Godwin will be enough. So Amos Casper, all he's got to do is probably look behind him right now. I'm guessing he's feeling very confident now. He'll be hoping that it's an uncomplicated green all the way now with the way things are. He'll take an uncomplicated way to the finish, even if he ends up finishing 7th. But the way things are now, I can't see Amos Godwin being able to overhaul. But meanwhile, it's getting close to the front. We have PRF1 Clem trying to fight off Master Spread. No, he's trying to fight Master Spread, rather. But here we are. We're having 2 against 1. The prancing horses against the 3-pointed start. PRF1 Clem trying to pull it P now. I will say from MML yesterday, tire temps with very... Sorry, not tire temps. Engine temps with very bad in dirty air. Meanwhile, Master Spread and Misfits chosen to pit on lap 6. But it's a great spot. No, it's just Misfits. I'm very surprised there. You can take mediums a long, 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 long way. If... I apologise. That's going to be to the ears of the aliens. And Misfits will come out. Just behind Tom JM, actually. That's not too bad. And crucially, he's ahead of the Joshes of AMS Josh and Amos Godwin. He'll come out ninth on much better tyres and a faster car. So again, that's going to ease AMS Casper's nerves just a little bit more if they weren't already eased by the situation. Meanwhile, Master Spread still has PRF1's fight. Now he's been liberated from fighting Misfits. What about PRF1 Clem? He has started to develop that gap a little bit. As he be looking for his sides a bit better. I have to say, his sides do look better than Clem's. As the both Lancashrians try and fight each other right now. As Olichamp has still got his fellow Mercedes powered drums behind him. A few Stephen Andrew Pittsmith. Those Mercedes powered Britons. Trying to do everything they can. See if they can catch the train of PRF1 Clem and Master Spread. And see if it can become a 5-way duel for the lead between 4 Mercedes powered cars and that Ferrari. Looks like Olichamp's just going to miss out on DRS. So will PRF1 Clem and Master Spread. So is this going to be the opportunity people wanted? Oh, and interestingly, PRF1 Clem's pitted. His tyres didn't look great. I still think the one stop is the way to go, but Emma's Casper's now less than 15 seconds behind Master Red. She's here and has a look. Has a look at Ollie Champ, but he has to sell for third for now. As Amos Casper, Amos Trapatonchiev overtake PRF1 Clem. What about Misfits? They were close to each other with the Ferraris. But look at the undercut that's been produced by Misfits. That's a humongous undercut there. That's several seconds. Will that tempt people like Master or Ollie Champ to come in or not? That's going to be the big question now. So now does Master pursue this? Gotta say, both Mercs, the size aren't looking too bad, you know. I think if they keep extending, they can do it. They can get to lap 11, 12. They're looking good. You can certainly get 15 laps out of a set of hards. And if you're on hards, if you can get to lap 15, 16, you're looking good there too. But look at that. We've got Mercedes powered 1, 2, 3, 4. With both factory cars first and third. The Aston Martin, the lone Aston Martin in second. And the first McLaren's in fourth. In its British Grand Prix livery. Are we going to see any of the Mercs pit? No, we do not. But clearly, I think the Mercs are going for it. Bear in mind. Unless it's AMS Godwin or AMS Casper, nothing to lose. Nothing to lose in terms of your drivers. You can go and try and risk it. So why not? I do think the one stop is the way forward. But what I've seen from last night now, I know we are compared if cars are 100% to realistic and 50. And 50% one stops are harder than 100, weirdly. Around Monza, from my experience. If you think I'm wrong, say it in the comments or in the Twitch chat if you are watching live right now. But I think Master is looking comfortable. But Ollie Champ, with those hard tyres, he's slowly eking in on Master. And if he's demon, he can try and keep on the coattails of Ollie Champ. Hopefully, use the DRS advantage. But those tyres are starting to struggle. As far now range, that's going to get Andrew Pittsmith interested in regards to claiming a podium position, at least for now. But Amos Casming at least 11.4 behind. He's making good ground, you know, on that set of hard tyres that he's put on. I think Maspred's just got 3 seconds multiple warnings. I don't think I'm getting warnings, am I? Unfortunately, for whatever reason. So we're going to have to keep an eye. That's going to put Ollie Champ in the net lead as it stands now. Both Mercs with penalties. They are going to have to play the strategy game now. Meanwhile, Andrew Pittsmith will look for me. Does any of the contenders pit? The Mercs stay out. Unsurprisingly, Ollie Champ and Andrew Pittsmith stay out. Amos Casper's looking like he's got the pace on his fellow aliens right now. At least Amos Trappy and Tom Gem, who are pretty much the only race he's got now to consider in regards to that. Amos Godwin, meanwhile, 44 seconds behind, 34 seconds behind Amos Casper. So as Tom Gem has overtaken Amos Trappy for 6. Tom Gem, he's another one with nothing to lose. He's not going to care about the championship. He just wants to go out and get a win. And at least the first bit of doing that will be to win the alien class. As Amos Casper now gets under 10 seconds of master spread. As we now see Ollie Champ starting to make a move or two on master spread. You can tell the primes are now the tyres. But if you can get those mediums, the options, a couple more laps, I reckon you are in good shape. But Ollie Champ didn't feel the need to go too mad there with the battery as those Mercedes-powered top 4 are all DRSing each other now. But Ollie Champ can just stay so close for a Sky. I imagine that's a good win package and the fact the tyres have crossed over now. But engine temperatures will be a factor. They were last night in MML. I can't imagine this to be any different, particularly now we have realistic factors coming in. There's Master Spread coming in pit. He does. That's going to leave Fuse Demon to stay now. That's going to be a bit of a stretch there for Master Spread. It's all been in between your lap to pit. Can he get those hard 17 laps? Meanwhile, Andrew Pittsmith overtakes Fuse Demon into second. And Amos Casper's in view there. We've got Tom Chiem and Amos Trappy. As Amos Trappy makes the repass on Tom Chiem for what is now 5th. Master Spread comes out in 9th. He's still going round. Amos Trappy has managed to come out ahead of Master Spread, but Master Spread doesn't have to stop again. And I imagine he'll try it. He does like the hard time. It is a hard time maestro, his Master Spread. So let's see what happens now. Ollie Champ has now managed to break DRS from Andrew Pittsmith and Fuse Demon, but it looks like Andrew Pittsmith's looking good for speed here. I'm going to see Andrew Pittsmith take a win here. He's looking quite good, you know. And we have Ollie Champ in pursuit as well. Look at that. It's a glorious view for the Aston Martin leading the Grand Prix. Andrew Pittsmith and Fuse Demon in close proximity. Because meanwhile, has got the gap down to 7 seconds at the front. It's going to be a pure race to the finish. Question is, who's going to pit first? The hard starters on doing ones. Or will it be the Amos Casper on the tears? Fuse Demon pits. Now, this is sort of lap I was expecting. It's one of those tires are being pushed hard. Let's see what Fuse Demon does as he comes into the pits. As he now serves a penalty. Oh, did he speed into the pit lane? Now, my penalties are not working, so I can't tell you, unfortunately, but it looks like that's what's happened. As we now mass spread in close pursuit of Amos Josh. Bear in mind, Amos Josh still has that 10 seconds to serve. And because meanwhile, he's 6.3 off the lead now. What will these hard runners do? Ollie Champ and Pittsmith do? If and when MS Casper gets up there. But the two that were on row 6 at the back and now 1-2 in the Grand Prix as the strategy cycle has developed itself. Here we are. It's the performance racing form season 13 Fangio Italian Grand Prix. Ever questioned it? Title decider, championship decider, question mark. I've lost the ability to speak. AMS Casper, now after the sprint, only he can afford to concede 3 points at AMS Godwin, with it being 5th and 2 fastest lap. But AMS Godwin being clouted into by the real Damon Hill and the Star. All the champs come in, interestingly. So is Andrew Pittsmith. There has to be 2 stopping then. I'm very surprised by that. They all need to go about 3 more laps and they could pull off a 1 stop. They've both gone to mediums. I think they've made a mistake. Oh, Amos Trapper there somehow had the clutch dip on him. It had to be dipped as he overtakes Tom Jen for second. We're seeing penalties start to develop here. Look at that. Few tens. He's just been to the pit lane here. And Amos Casper now assumes the lead of this Italian Grand Prix. As Amos Josh has repassed Master Spread interest into the Della Roggia. This will be for straight Master Spread now because look at the tire difference. You can see on the traction coming out of the Della Roggia. So that's a matter of time for Master Spread to make his way through. And here he comes into the second Lesmo. You don't see moves between the Lesmos too often. And looks like Spread's got the DS. Neither of them do, actually. I think it must have been the game glitching there. That's Master Spread up to P6. He is on a 1-stop strategy, I would assume. So we'll be Fuse Demon. So keep an eye on them. I'm just amazed if no one tries a 1-stop. I'll be very stunned. Here's AMS Casper in the lead now. 2.3 seconds for AMS Trappy. Tom GM in close pursuit. 2 drivers with nothing to lose. AMS Trappy being the teammate of his Spider AMS Godwin and, of course, AMS Casper's rival for the title. Oh, the wheel's been there for Tom JM as he tries to shoot AMS Trappy down. As we do have a few penalties, as I was saying, there's quite a few developing. That's going to be deciding the race. Well, that could help AMS Godwin as he tries to hang on. So, AMS Casper, but he's already 38 seconds behind. I'm getting a sense of the championship tonight. He's only heading one way. Can it be done with a win? That's going to be the question for AMS Casper. Can he win the race? I know he'll probably not fight anyone too hard if someone has a shot at winning. But ultimately, he does need to survive and just get the championship done. He does not want it to go another week. If he ends up going to the Hungarian Grand Prix, now Hungary can be quite a mad race. He definitely doesn't want a championship going there. He definitely doesn't. I know I wouldn't in this situation. And I'm sure he would have wanted it done last week. Now, last week was very unlikely. I admit, he's now looking more like this as Amos Casper's now pulled the pin. He doesn't want to be undercut. He's just going to make Amos Trap and Amos Casper, Gem rather, go different as they still retain their fight for the trap position that they've got. As we see another set of hands there for Amos Casper. And he's divided penalties, but crucially, he's going to be ahead of Amos Squadron, even having made a second stop. Amos Squadron's heart will be sinking right now. I wonder how he's feeling. He was up for this. He was good in MML last night. We saw how good he was in the weight in the sprint. We saw how good he was in the qualifying session. I'm guessing this is just not meant to be his night, but the triple champion has definitely shown he has been worthy. He has had a lot of bad luck this season. Without it, he could have took Amos Casper a bit closer, and it looks like he's going to. But he should not be ashamed of the effort he's put in, because he is worthy of those crowns that he has got. There's no question about that. But he's starting to look like a foregone conclusion. But you never know. All it takes one safety car to flip everything on its head. And if safety car come out now, that would bury Amos Casper in the pack, because look at Amos Trap and Tom Jim. They'd get that cheap stop. But that Miami Livered Racing Bull comes through the Parabolica. And you know what? They both carry on again. Are they going to try something strategy-wise and take these hard to the end? Or are they just extending and getting a delta? Thinking if they can't beat Amos Casper by immediately following him, do they do something else? I see Amos Josh coming to the pits as Andrew Pittsmith has passed Master. No, it's Ollie Champ passing Master Spread. I do apologise. Amos Josh will come in and serve his over 10-second penalty. And then he'll put another set of hards. Amos Squadron, meanwhile, he's probably just staying out, handing for that safety car. There is no point now of pitting and wasting a set of tyres. Imagine that's his logic. And Redemon Hill in last. Still going to his credit, yes, he made a mistake earlier, but he's still going round, and you got to commend him for still trying to make things happen. So Schwappy stays in the lead. I wonder what he's planning regarding strategy. Amos Casper 18.8 behind, and it is a long pit delta here. But he has a huge slice of understeer there. That's going to get Tom JM interested. As they head towards the Parabolica now, the Italian Ferrari engine in the Haas tries to overtake the Italian car of the Racing Bull, powered by an Austro-Japanese engine in the form of the Red Bull Powertrain Honda. Looks like Amos Rabbit's coming in, so is Tom JM. So where will they both end up relative to Amos Casper? That's going to be the question. As Misfits carries on for another lap, having extended his medium run a lot longer than the soft runners were able to. Now goes Amos Trappy now. Tom JM serving a 10-second. Did he speed into the pits? Bit for no dear if he did. As Fuse Demon comes across that finish line now. As he has Amos Trappy coming out in front of him. Amos Trappy comes up P7 and there's about 6 or so seconds between Amos Casper and Amos Trappy. 2 laps of delta. Can Amos Trappy pull it off? And Amos Trappy himself's got a penalty now. Hang on. He's got 10. He's spending the pits as well. Amos Casper, it's all happening for him. It's all conspiring for him. He must be feeling confident now of the championship and probably the race win as well as it stands. You have to commend the Swede here. He has got luck in this race with the look at Amos Squadron, but he's played his cards very well. And if everyone else is going to fall by the wayside and he's not, can't blame him. I give Andrew Pittsmith his due. P5, no penalties, looking good on pace. I think him and Ollie Champ should have definitely extended a lot longer than they did on those hards and just try, because if they're pitting now into mediums, I think they'd have been a very, 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 very good shout to win tonight, but that's not the case at the moment. We're just wondering what's he going to be now for people like Misfits, PRF1, Clem. Just wondering how the strategy's going to play, but I think Amos Casper, because it appears no one's trying to one-stop really, apart from Master Spread. And Fuse Demon now. I'd have thought someone would have tried a one, but that wasn't meant to be. Aston GM's still there in 9th. He having served that 10-second bounce for speeding the pace. Amos Squadron still going round in Peter, and he's just going as long as he can, praying something happens I don't think any safety car's going to happen yet. But if it does, he is looking good, and he will be back in the game as the real Damon Hill comes into the pits. He's 12th and last, but he's still going. The fair play to him, as he now serves a penalty, and it looks like that is a serve. Mediums going on that McLaren. On the easiest going car, that's not a bad shout, actually. And away he goes now. Just about staying on the lead lap. He should be. The Ferrari's out. As Misfit still has PRF1 Callum behind him. As far as he wants to at the moment, before the pit stops will cycle. As yet, Misfits will come in a second time. And still no one's trying to. I think the aliens have had the hands played to them. Michael is all chap has Master Spread right behind him. As mediums just starting to show their age. Here comes Master Spread. And there he goes. You see AMS Casper behind. He's joining the train. Oh, Ollie John tries to hand it in the inside of Master Spread, but that's not going to happen. And that is P for Master Spread, at least on the track. Andrew Piston, meanwhile, he's looking like he's on for a very good result here if he can keep this going. But he has AMS Casper behind him. AMS Casper here at the moment just needs to play smart. He doesn't need to interact with these cars. Just needs to play nice and sensible and bring it home, because that championship is looking on. The race win's probably likely as well. This is the first of those that have made their second stops. And he's pulled away from AMS Trappy as well in all this. But this will be happening to AMS Trappy here. The fact that he has now caught traffic, that Mercedes-powered DRS train. And I'm not quite sure when they'll pit yet, because 6 laps of mediums, you can definitely take them a bit longer. And I wonder, yeah, you can already see he's lost a lot of time. There is AMS Trappy on those fresher tyres, but he does have that 10 seconds to serve. So the Japanese there for AMS Casper. It looks like Andrew Piston is going to pull the pin on the hard, medium, something strategy as he comes into the pits now. Here he comes. He gets rid of those mediums and he puts on another set. Eventually, he'll go. I think that was a bit of lag there of the game. As the PRF1 Callum, he also pits. And he comes out now. He's going to be fighting Ton JM as Ton JM just gets ahead of him. But he's going to have a tire advantage for now. He's going to have to make hay. Same power units in the Haas and the Ferrari, of course. It's important. He makes hay pretty quickly. Meanwhile, AMS Casper has cleared Ollie Champ as he now tries to pursue the lead on the track. Starting at the net leader in many senses. How much of the fight will Master Spread put up? Will it be wise for his race to do so? AMS Casper just playing it smart here. He doesn't have to rush with Master Spread trying to clear him, considering AMS Trappy has the penalty, and those behind are a long way behind otherwise. As he will now probably start to ease it down, as it will be 7 to go at the line. And the championship, as PRF1 Callum has overtook Tom JM on track. Can anything be done for AMS Casper? He is going to have Master Spread here. I imagine Master Spread is trying to hold on. I think he's on that one stop. Here comes AMS Casper for the lead of the Italian Grand Prix, and he takes it. I wasn't terribly sure he would win the Grand Prix tonight, as AMS Godwin has a puncture again. And this has to be at least the 4th puncture I've seen him have this season. He got 2 at Singapore. And now he's got one here. He's got a left rear puncture. He's just extending those tyres too far. He's tried to go hand. And he tries to drag that Racing Bull back to the pits. And he's at risk of being very close to 1 lap down. Oh, he's trying to off the car into the parabolica. Oh, my goodness me. He just needs to be careful here. He's got to be in it to win it. But yeah, he's looking very precarious. And I do think, look at the map, he's going to have the dignity of being lapped. Here he comes into the pits. Imagine it will be a set of hards to go on. And I think he's also got a front left puncher. He's punctured 2 tyres, not just 1, but 2. As he comes into the pits, the real Dare in the Hill will pass AMS Godwin here for P11. And he now puts on a set of medium tyres. But look, AMS Casper's coming through the parabolic now, and the indignity for AMS Godwin is he's going to be lapped by his championship rival. Nearly there he is, ahead of AMS Casper on track, but nearly a lap behind. He'll be desperate for that safety car to come out right now. But will he be courteous with the blue flags? That's going to be a questioning point. But he'll be desperate to pull away with AMS Godwin with the better tyres. Yeah, but the blue flag's still waving for him. He's been desperate to go away. Oh, he's made a mess of the Della Roger. That's going to get the blue flags back waved at him. He might have to concede here as he desperately tries to pull away. But will AMS Casper get the DRS? No, he won't. So, just like AMS Godwin's managed to pull away from blue flag range. The Massbred and All Champ still in close pursuit of AMS Casper. AMS Trappy there. Only 5 seconds behind AMS Casper, but he does have that 10 seconds to serve. Refuse Demon now with PRF1 Clement Tonchiem behind Tonchiem. No penalties. And the crossover, I think, is starting to happen with the mediums. I know it's on free lap all the tyres, but the hards and the mediums are a bit flaky here. Particularly on 50%. It's not so bad on the 100, to be fair, but on the 50s, those mediums are a bit flaky. AMS Casper now has 5 laps left between him and the Italian Grand Prix. But not only that, becoming the 16th Performance Racing Formula 1 champion. Speaking of Performance Racing Formula 1, here is the league on about to be pursued here by Tom JM. Has Tom JM got anything for our beloved league on into the Metaphilia? No, he doesn't. Olichamp, by the way, has pitted. And I think was he being held there? Or is it just, yeah, it looks like there he's just gone so long, he's ended up that far by Andrew Pittsmith. Let's just check the race director to make sure I'm not going mad. A lot of 10-second time penalty tonight, haven't we? No, it's just, he's just gone that long, he's that far behind Andrew Pittsmith. There is a humongous time delta here, lap to lap, in terms of where. And Scott, meanwhile, desperate trying to pull up for AMS Casper. This is all for pride now. As he tries to hang onto that lead lap and just hope a safety car can save his race and save any Vegtile hopes he has left. The fact he has his title contender behind him in the lead, about to lap him, can only be painful. I can only feel for AMS Godwin. As a self-confessed fan of his, I do hope he can come back stronger and use this to at least try and inspire a title bid for the louder side. As One Kidney Jim says, hello, One Kidney. Good to see you around. As you have come to see, 4 laps to go for the Force Race Formula 1 season 13 Fangio Italian Grand Prix, and it looks like the championship will be decided today as Callum has overtook Fuse Demon, with Tom Gem trying to demonstrate. Andrew Pittsburgh, meanwhile, has overtook Misfits for P number 7. I don't think with all the penalties ahead of him, Andrew Misfits is in for a good point stay and a good result. Misfits, he's definitely not going to let this go. I've lost ability to English tonight. He's not going to let this one go easily, is he? He won't go quietly, but Tom Gem tries for Shippy's Demon, who is trying that one stop. I got to say, the Mercs, fair play for trying, because I do think others should have tried it. I don't think the one stop is faster around here. But look at the grip advantage that Tom Gem's got for his team. And that's only 5 lap side difference, but around the hash goes the Mercedes. Oh, it's a P5 on track, but I imagine penalties are going to help Tom Gem vault up even more. He's very close to that 10-second range of AMS Trappy. I think we should flip this to penalties now, because that will be crucial in the final running. As we have Massbred with AMS Trappy behind him, but AMS Trappy with 7-second more penalties, I imagine. Massbred will just let him go. 3 laps to go. There will be no safety car to bail out AMS Godwin. So only a DNF now for AMS Casper. And he won't even technically be DNF anymore. He's set enough flats to be classified. AMS Godwin will be desperate something happens to AMS Casper very quickly. And Misfits has Rio to Andrew Pittsmith for 7th. But here the laps are starting to wind down now, and the fat lady is about to sing. The constructors tonight, I don't think that's going to be wrapped up tonight. I just think Racing Bulls will have picked up too many points with 2 cars against 1. Ferrari, 2 cars against 1. So I think that's going to carry on. But one thing's for sure, the Drive Championship is only heading one way, and this is of the Swede, AMS Casper. As he will now think about what he's going to say, how he's going to receive the championship, and how he's going to add his name to that list of 15 and become the 16th performance racing Formula 1 champion. His title rival, AMS Godwin, almost a lap behind. Almost a lap behind on that list. A triple champion, a worthy champion. He has shown that definitely in this game cycle on F1 2025. He has been very unfortunate to not win a title. He's gone to 2 title deciders last season in Muffler and Fangio. Came up shot against AMS Trapping Loud, AMS Axel and Fangio. It looks like, again, he's going to have to sell at best for being a bridesmaid. If AMS Axel not here tonight, the sprint will allow him to pull some gap on trying to secure second. But I do think that he's going to have to come back and come stronger. I know AMS Godwin has a few more titles in him. But the championship is only going one way. AMS Casper now. I will be honest, as we now head towards final lap, AMS Godwin now has a penalty for multiple warnings. Not particularly relevant anyway, because he is last. I suppose it is relevant because now Real Devon Hill only has to beat him like 7 seconds rather than 10. AMS Casper now. We'll be honest. In the past, he probably has been a little bit of the problem child for the league because he was very quick to quit if things went wrong for him. And if you were here for the pre-season race, he immediately quit when he got a penalty and then had an issue at Abbey at Silverstone. But he has took being on probation well. He has absolutely dominated the league so far. He's in pursuit of a louder title as well, which I'm sure will be something he will look forward to. But on this final lap, he will be adding his name to a list of 15 of performance racing Formula 1 champions. So far, AMS Casper has won 6 Grand Prix, most recently at Bahrain, which I fell asleep for. I do apologise about that. But he has won the Australian Grand Prix, the Monaco Grand Prix, the Belgian Grand Prix, the Mexico City Grand Prix, the Canadian Grand Prix, the Bahrain Grand Prix. Yes, he's had some rough days, such as Saudi Arabia and Abu Dhabi. But in a championship, it's about what you do when you don't win. And yes, he has won a lot. And you know what? I don't think there's been any other multiple winners this season other than AMS Josh, who has not been a factor. So the Swede will come through Ascari as he pursues AMS Godwin. AMS Godwin has the indignity of letting AMS Casper through and coming a lap down. Oh dear. AMS Casper, yes, he will come and win the performance race of Formula Season 13 Fangio Italian Grand Prix. But in doing so, he becomes performance race of Formula 16 Drivers' Champion. He follows in the footsteps of Reef 360 HD2, a man called Hosty 96XD, never heard of him. Beard Boost, Excite Rashi 10, Fat Batten, Excel 2000, the Darmark 21, iHambo, Master Spread, who was here tonight. AMS Godwin, who was here tonight and finally put up an effort, but was clearly denied by what happened on a run to turn 1. Sergeant Karamov, Graham Morris, AMS Axel, this sub, AMS Rabbit, who was here tonight. AMS Casper, he is your performance racing Formula 1 season 13 Fangio champion, and he just about taking his 7th win of the season. Absolutely incredible from the Swede. He has dominated this season and has wrapped it up with 2 races to spare. When you think both divisions last season went to the finale, he has managed to win the championship here at the Italian Grand Prix. And he becomes Formula 16th Drivers' Champion. And with a light Constructors' Championship to follow very, very, very soon. And I believe he becomes a PRF1's 2nd Swedish champion after his teammate, the now former champion AMS Axel. Wow. You have to hand it to AMS Casper. He has been the man of the season. Think about it. We've gone from equal to realistic cars. We've had the alien mountain performance with the soft tyre. He's been in a Samba, which is clearly the slowest car in this game. And yet, he has come through all that. The adversity I mentioned earlier, from being on probation at the start of the season. But he has shown he has mental resilience. When he has to absolutely put it together, it can turn a season for him. He has won half the races, so that's 7 out of 14. He managed to win the sprint earlier. Yes, he's had a few rocky days, but overall, through the season, he's rode his luck, he's done well, he's driven well, and he thoroughly deserves his championship. But there was a race tonight, and a reminder that, yes, Amos Casper did win it in terms of winning the championship as well. But he wins from Amos Trappy. He managed to finish second. Master Spread finished third. Tom Jem finished fourth. PRF1 Callum fifth. Hughes Demon sixth. Andrew Pittsmith seventh. Misfits eighth. Amos Josh ninth for the fast slot. Ollie Champ 10th. Redham 11th. And Amos Godwin 12th and last, a lap down. And his title hopes finally, officially are over. And at least for a few more weeks, depending on what happens on the lab side, he remains only a triple performance racing Formula 1 champion, which is a joint record. But it's only a joint record. Amos Casper is your champion, everybody. Full congratulations from me. PRF1 champion to another. He has been superb through this season. And I'm very happy to say he's joining the club. And I'm proud to join that club with him from a personal note. And I do hope he enjoys this tonight. He's done everything he needs to do. He won the sprint. He won the race. Things he had to do to be sure of it. Yes, he held off Amos Godwin really well in the sprint and showed he was up for it. Yes, he got lucky in the race, but he executed his race well. And frankly, through the season, yes, he has got lucky at times with Amos Godwin disconnecting and that allowing him to break through. But he's played his cards well, and that's all you can do. You don't win titles without luck. I've won 9 titles. You don't win them free. I've not won any of them without any luck. Let me reassure you with that. Right, I shall leave you there. I, as being Callum Hosty, now one of 16 Formula Racing Formula 1 champions. I think I was second. Goodness me. It feels such a long time ago. I will see you next week for the Hungarian Grand Prix. It might be dead rubber, but dead rubbers can sometimes produce some of the best racing. I will see you next week. Until then, bye-bye.